Hello everyone, Tanak here. Welcome to episode 67 of Building My Industrial Empire in EVE Online. I will break with tradition a little bit. I will not start with the progress report. I want to talk with you before about what just happened to me. I was invited for an interview in the Talking in Station. So I'm going to link it in the comment below. It was an interview about my channel, how I started the corp, and how WUMP progressed and where we are now and everything. So I'm like a little bit on cloud nine right now because Talking in Station is an EVE institution, so being invited there was a great honor for me. I'm super happy to have been there. It was a great show. We discussed also a little bit the change in the industry. So you guys should go watch it. I'm gonna link it when I don't think it's online yet. It was a live stream, and I think they're gonna put it online tomorrow. But as soon as it's available, I'm gonna link it in the description. So let's go back to the usual progress report. You can see that my net worth plus that of the corporation is now at 204 billion. If we go at the progression here, tracker, you can see that I didn't get a huge progression this week, which is kind of strange, but I think it's mostly a value like adjustment on the prices of item that I have in my inventory in the corp, because I know that I didn't lose anything this week. I made money crabbing about a bill, and I'm worth less than last week. So that's just the evaluation. So we are at a point where we do have, personally and even in the corporation, we do have enough resources in our hangar that price change will affect significantly the net worth compared to how much we can get either by ratting or making ISK in general. So that's it. Anyway, that's a progression. That's just an indicator of how we're progressing. It's been going good this week. Actually, liquid ISK is getting better. I'm personally at like 27.7 billion. Corporation, if I add all the wallet together, we're getting a pretty good number, like above maybe 15, a little bit, at least above 10 billion liquid. So we do keep on getting that buffer up there. Aside from that, the HR, I was saying it in French, RH. We are now, Toy Company is now at 279 member. And if you see here, WUMP is now at 309 members. So the alliance has passed the 300 member mark. That's character, obviously, not player. It is EVE, so people have alts and everything. I would say warm body in the seat. We're definitely past 70, 80. Probably more. A good example is a large form up that we do, not exactly our optimal time. We still managed to get 52 people in fleet. So it is a good indicator of the amount of player that we have. So again, like I said, we're not a paper tiger. We do have good number. A better indicator of the number, if you want to see like what's a paper tiger and what is not, look at the active character here. It means that they were active in PvP in the last 7 days. We got 86. I think that's probably the highest we've ever gotten. So it's pretty good. Okay, that's it for the HR part. On the military side, We didn't. We are not in a large war, but we do participate right now in Pure Blind. Uh, there's a lot of people that are poking at Benderlog. Uh, Bender was the king of the hill for a long time, but with toilet paper arriving in the area, uh, the people are taking some shots at Bender. The Coat Alliance anchored Fort Azar and Ewok, and we were formed up to support if there were an attack by Bender. But we got blue balled on that attack. We're not at an all-out war. We're just targeting some fight where some deployment where we think we could get a good fight, possibly. Uh, so far, the large fleet form up that we had, we didn't get into any major engagement. Uh, Aside from that, on the military side, again, not an all-out war, but we're doing low effort push in the 12YA pipe. We managed to ref a station, but all of their station and all of their system, their entosis are set up for Australian time zone, so their time zone thanking everybody else. So it is difficult to get to, I mean, you have to basically to alarm clock to try if you want to do a full push. So right now what we've been doing is low effort refing, and if one night we get a window of opportunity, we might make a harder push, but we're not, I mean, like I told you before, we're not really in a point where we need to grab more system. So if there's an opportunity, we will take it, but we're not pushing hardcore to get something. So it's for us, it's just a way to get content, and if we get something out of it, even better. But that's not a big strategic objective for now. So what else? Bunch of small gang fight. It's hard. I mean, I can't mention all the specific fight that we got this week. The one that is worth noticing is literally triggered. Tried to ref 1 hour station again, and we fought them off again, so they didn't ref it. We formed up, we fought them, but we got a lot of these little fight here. You can check our kill board if you want the detail. The corp is at 32% dangerous, but we're like orbit. We're moving between 32 and 33, so it is climbing a little bit. You can see that recently we've been doing a little better, but well, first of all, there's history on a kill board, and we've always been a group that perform very well in large fleet battle. We are getting a lot better than we were at small gang fight, but that's still the area where we want to focus and to progress a little more. Personally, I had a super good week. I'm now at 61% dangerous, and if you see this week, I killed 9 ship. Well, I wasn't. I didn't kill them alone because I play in team. Eve is a team sport. I don't do solo PvP. I always find it funny when people want to duel me. Like, hey, come and duel. So why would I duel you? I got 300 people in my corp that wants to kill you. So that's the way I see it. I don't see a point in dueling. Eve is a team sport. But anyway, I did manage to shoot 9 ship and didn't die this week. So it was a very good week for me. And that's why I'm flying my Ferox here. You can see those little kill mark here. I'm at 6 kill mark. That's the highest I've ever gotten on a ship. So I'm pretty happy about that. I got an emotional attachment to that Ferox, and I'll be pretty salty when I lose it. But I will eventually, and I'll be grumpy for a day, and it will fix itself. What else? Okay, industrial operation. There's a lot to discuss this week. on our daily operation, I would say, like the day-to-day operation of the corp, our factory is running a lot. We add an order for 12 Revelation. So we sold 12 Revelation, which was outsourced to a member of the corp that could produce them. So aside from that, are producing a lot of stuff. We're able to produce most of what we need in the pocket, and we produce enough to export. So aside from that, the big thing to discuss is the new industrial change. I could probably make a series just for that. And if you go at the Talking in Station interview, we did discuss a little bit about it, but it did impact a lot what the guys were talking about on Discord today. Because while we are industrialists, so we do analyze these things because it affect our main gameplay. They did produce this Excel sheet with the new blueprint, and one of the major change now that we've noticed is that a capital component now take P4 PI material, and overall a dread will take a lot less titanium than it used to. We did a comparison on a Ragnarok, on a Titan. We don't build those, but just to get an idea of how the market will go. This is the old amount that you use. So you used to take 3.6 billion unit of titanium to build a Ragnarok. And now you take 390. So it's about 10 times less titanium to build a Ragnarok than before. So it's gonna, unless this come with a change of the amount of titanium that you mine, or the rarity, it's gonna have a huge impact, because the demand, like all the blueprint I've analyzed so far, they all take a lot less titanium. So any ship that you want to build. So I get the feeling that the price of titanium will, at least for a short term, go down a lot. And the price of P4 PI material, here, the price of P4 PI, like steel conduit and stuff like that, I think it's going to increase, because you're going to need more of that. And a good example also, if you look at the price, the material cost to build a Ragnarok before, you were at around 117 billion. Obviously, these are tools, so estimate may vary, but that's like a general high-level estimate. And the same general high-level estimate, the price is basically doubled if you calculate all the PI material that you need, and all the reaction. You're going to need reaction now, a lot of it. So that's a major change on the way industry is going to work. They will limit the battleship. You will need reaction to do battleship. Across the board, reaction is going to be more used. So for a group like us that was already used to doing reaction, it's not going to be a big change, because we already incorporated that in our way of working. We're just going to have to buy some more blueprint and do different reaction and buy some more supply. But I mean, it's if you're used to do T2 production, it shouldn't change really much the way you work. But if you're not, and if you were just doing producing like before, well, first of all, battleship, you won't be able to without getting into reaction, or you'll have to buy the reaction that somebody else's did. So I kind of feel that the fact that you need reaction, which is can only be done in low and null sec, and the fact that titanium is going to be less used, so Veldspar mining should become less profitable, I think. I'll add those two together. I think that for ISEC industry, which was already not great, it's going to become even harder. And the one that are going to benefit is wormhole, obviously, because the gas reaction is going to become a lot more interesting to go gas offing in wormhole. And low and null sec because of reaction. So you're gonna have because you can install reaction module, you're gonna have more people needing those reaction products. So people that are doing industry in those areas who have access to reaction will get more opportunity for profit. So that's my high level view. I will need to analyze it more in detail to get everything I get to understand, like all the ins and outs, because the change are massive. It's a really a revolution. There are so many blueprints that are changing. The supply chain is impacted. It's gonna be huge. So that's it for the industrial part. Pure blind politic. We already touched a little bit on that. Last week, toilet paper had grabbed another constellation from Bender. They tried to entosis those two systems, UC3 and KDV. The Bender defended successfully, from what I've understood. I wasn't there, so I don't have all the detail, but from what what I saw on the map, those systems didn't flip. Flying Dangerous as entosis all those system here. Well, this one I don't know if it's Flying Dangerous or Quote, because Quote grabbed the IHUB. So the TCU is entosis right now, and here those two systems here, I think both IHUB and TCUs have been pushed. So later tonight, well, in a few hours actually, there's going to be entosis battle for those system here. We might go with a small group if we're still awake. I mean, the people that are still awake, we might do a little form up just to go onto entosis ship to try to get some green on the kill board. For us, we don't expect major involvement this week again. We might continue, I mean, because there has been a little escalation of the fight between us and Bender. We aren't like going at an all-out war, and they're not going at an all-out war with us, but we're more and more trying to pick up kill in each other's space. So we might continue to try a low effort push in that pipe. But again, I'm not. We don't have any reason at this time to do a hard commit there. So for us, it's basically just looking for content. Aside from that, well, what will come next week is obviously we continue to grow. We are growing at a very, very nice pace right now. So we will continue to increase our number, increase our fleet size again. The ability to defend your structure and to anchor larger structure is based on your fleet size. How many people you can put in front of that structure to defend it. That's the key element in your progression and the limiting factor. We want to put a Tetera at some point, and even now, even more with the change that are coming for reaction, a Tetera would become even more valuable. And down the line, obviously, a few months in the future, we want to move to super capital production. I mean, again, I'm speaking. I'm always trying to keep objective, uh, like ambitious objective for the corp to aim toward. Uh, Even though we just like a month ago, not even a month ago, started producing cap locally. Well, you don't want to stop there, so you want to stay hungry, and you want to, because once you're satisfied with what you got is when you start progress is you stop progressing. So you can never be, you always have to go look at for the next step. And for us, for industry, obviously it's going to be at some point pretty far down the line, it's going to be anchoring a Keepstar and anchoring Sotoyo to get into supercap production and to be able to dog them somewhere else. But that's far in the future. Well, far. Maybe 6 months, maybe a year. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to tell. You can't predict the future, but obviously there's something down the line. Before that, we will probably have a Tatara, which is a lot more within our reach and would be very, very useful for our industrial operation right now. So hope you guys enjoy. Uh, I had a great week in Eve personally. A great milestone for me going to Talking in Station. I could never have guessed when I started a little more than a year ago that I would end up there. That's kind of an institution, and it's I mean I'm I'm actually like kind of a little on a cloud now, and I'm very happy that to have had that chance. And that's it. Still enjoying the game, still progressing, and hopefully we'll have even more progression and more fun in store for you guys. So hope you had fun, and see you guys next week. Bye bye.